About to do dinner with the kids and the fam, so don't have time for much charting or analysis right now. Hopefully I won't miss the reversal if it happens. So based on my last few videos, I'm sure you're aware, I'm still out. One of the things that I've been talking about is being patient, knowing when not to get in. I got in a couple times since we've been into this larger correction, expecting a reversal. And after those two big times when I really expected to reverse and we didn't reverse, I was like, you know what, I'm staying out. And at this point, I would actually rather miss the initial 10% pump and then get in after a small dip and the next leg up, right? So usually you'll get a big 10% recovery pump. You'll come back down 3, 4, 5%, and then another 10, 15, 20%, 30% run after that, right? So it's fine to not get into that initial move, because if you miss it, you're not making as much profit, obviously, because you're not getting in right at the bottom, but you can also have more confidence that you're starting that new uptrend. I don't want to get in prematurely again and take a loss for no reason. Now, my trades happen to be low risk, and I have a tight stop loss, so it's not the end of the world if I get in and I lose, but why lose money? It's totally unnecessary. At this point, we're holding pretty much at the same support as the bottom of the dip, and then we had a little bounce, then we came back down. We're right pretty much at that same level. If we fail here and go down much further, if we go down below, 34 and change, if we get down lower than like 34.5, I would say, we probably continue down a little bit more. I don't think we're going all the way back. We're not going to go below 30K. I'm still, my overall bullish model and expectation long term still holds. I know a lot of people are really bearish. I understand there are some concerns and some reasons to be bearish, but I don't know. I don't see it. I mean, I see some of the reasons why people are overall bearish and talking about and getting down into the 20s. And while, yes, it is possible, I still think it's pretty unlikely. So I'm not going to short or anything like that. I'm still holding long-term bags. Now, if we start to push lower and get back down to 30K, I might sell my long-term bags that are in profit, and I might even sell some of my long-term bags that I would be down on a little bit. Overall, I would still be in profit, total. But I would do that if we get back down and it looks like we're going to go lower. But so far, we're holding. And I guess we probably have another opportunity here. Now, the model hasn't been locked in on some time frames, but the 4-hour still is. So the hourly was really out of whack, right? And then we got this bounce, smaller bounce, another move down. And now we're resetting, right? So this candle just started right now. This hourly candle is most likely going to be the reversal if it happens. We might get like a doji here. So we might have a reversal candle style here, and then the next candle could be a recovery pump. We'll see how that plays out. It kind of can go either way. But it could definitely be this candle. So since I'm going to be busy with dinner, I'm hoping maybe I'll notice it. I'll be able to get in a little bit. But again, if I miss out on the bottom and I just have to wait till it pumps and comes back down a little bit, that's fine too. If I notice it and if I happen to look and I'm not busy with the family and I'm able to grab a small position, maybe I'll do something. But probably I'm most likely not going to. But I am expecting the bounce here or the next candle. And if it doesn't happen then, we're probably going to go lower. So much like last night when I said we're getting down, let me zoom in really quick to show you. I did an earlier video where I explained this, but we were in this bull flag and we got down below this trend line resistance and we had this trend line support. The white line and the yellow line were coming together. One sec, and I said, this is the moment of truth. This candle, the next candle, we're going to get a big move up or a big move down. It depends if the yellow resistance breaks or the white support breaks. The white support broke exactly like we talked about. And then I said, we're probably going to go down to the bottom of the cloud at the very least, if that happens. Sure enough, we did. Got a little bounce, came back down. We're at about the same level now. So it's a similar scenario. Just like I was able to predict that move with such precision last night, I'm saying the same thing now. Within the next 1 or 2 candles, I expect to make a big recovery bounce initially, get a nice pump going, then we'll get a little dip, and then a bigger next move up. Or we're going to fail and we're just going to keep going down. So it's going to go either way within the next couple candles. I'm pretty confident. If you look at the 4-hour model, unlike the hourly where the stoch hasn't been that useful, the stochastic oscillator here has been consistently useful, consistently predictable, constant, repeatable pattern. Eventually it will fail, just like the hourly. The hourly was on a roll and then eventually it fell. So if we go with that bullish path here, then we're probably going to see the 4 hour do kind of what the hourly did, where it just kind of stays really low down here at the bottom of the screen. The stoke doesn't really turn up. We don't get a reversal and a shift in momentum, and we just continue going down and bleeding off. That could happen, and that's exactly how it would play out if it does. So you want to look at the 4 hour stoke, but we also want to see if we get that bounce based on the hourly. We might get a small initial bounce, and that's the last warning I'll give you before I let you guys go. The reason why I don't want to get in until we get that confidence is because look at this. We started turning up on the stoke here, right? Down here, we got that bounce, then we broke up. So if I had bought in after these first 2 candles, maybe that next red candle, if I bought in right there, I would have lost money. I would have gotten stopped out because it came straight back down. That's why I want to wait. So if we get the initial move and we pump 5 to 10%, and then we retrace 12%, well, then I'm going to take a loss for no reason. So I don't want that same exact scenario to play out that happened here. I'd like to get a move up, come back down a little bit, and then that next move up after that, that's when I would want to get in. But we'll see how it plays out. I'm not in any rush. Again, I'm taking my time because the market's been really hard to read in this cycle. So I want to make sure I have some confidence before I make a decision. Anyway, that's what I'm looking for. Within the next couple candles, I'm pretty confident we'll see a decision. So I'll do an update after I'm done with dinner and bath time with the kids, get them in bed, and then I will be available. If we end up dumping and going down, I'll still do a live stream with the premium group, but maybe we'll do just an educational one. We could talk about support and resistance, Elliott wave, like pick a couple topics and we can go over that and do some educational work if we're not going to be looking for any new trades or doing any fresh analysis. Because if we go lower, we're just going to have to stay on the sidelines and wait for her to bottom because it's so hard to predict right now. The one thing I'll actually say though is the weekly model is fully resetting, and that's going to be epic. Once we start that next weekly run, whether or not we go lower before then, we're going to absolutely pump to the moon. So it's all about what happens between now and then. Okay, stay tuned. Trade safe, trade smart.